Hey everyone, Shopify just dropped their Winter 2026 edition, and I found there are a lot of new features, but those three areas that you currently see on your screen piqued my interest the most because I'm a developer myself, and I think that this update will have a significant impact on conversion rate optimization consultants and Shopify app developers. As usual, Shopify created a really vibrant website. Every time it is full of animations, a ton of interesting effects and stuff like that. So, great experience in general. We know that Shopify essentially was a platform that was friendly for DIY merchants who don't want to hire developers and want to achieve maximum possible features and capabilities of a platform by using their own time and help of community. Shopify motto was there is an app for that. Got a problem, install an app, need automation. There's an app, want to customize something. Everywhere there was an app for that. So Shopify initially flipped the script by introducing Shopify Flows. It was an automation engine, pretty modest. And now they expanding their Sidekick, which was very useless previously, into AI multifaceted assistant. So this AI assistant would be capable to give understanding about analytics and some metrics of a store. But most importantly, they're announcing that it would be capable of creation apps from the prompt. So basically, merchant will describe their problem and it will populate an app for them solving that problem. Another one thing is that they have also the workflow automation, also driven by AI. So from that perspective, merchant can explain the workflow they look to automate, and it will create a full script for the Shopify flows. Let's talk about how it is impacting the app developers. So first of all, there is a main drop on demand because if the merchant will be able to solve specific topics they care about through the custom-made apps, they would way less be searching for an apps in the Shopify App Store. Let me tell about another major blow by Sidekick into the app development is that Sidekick would essentially give an ability to search for an apps. So first of all, it will basically create a new type of question on how the apps ads would work, because currently if you go to the Shopify App Store and start looking for review apps, same way as here's in this example, it is showing you all the first row of apps that are spending on ads in that category. So I'm curious how they're gonna be solved in terms of ad revenue and promoting apps and stuff like that. So from that perspective, this is pretty 360 impact on apps. First of all, the apps will be generated based on a prompt of a specific merchant. So they basically can do the app from the prompt and use it. Another thing would be they essentially could create a Shopify flow and automate stuff. And most importantly, the Sidekick will become a single entry point for them to search for the apps, which also unclear how it will suggest those apps. Another thing that is essentially pretty cool, honestly, for merchants is the ability to create skills. So those skills are basically prompts, and those prompts will generate a specific analytics dashboard or a portion of an admin panel, and would essentially serve as a way to um, bring the insights. So this is most impactful for conversion rate optimization consultants, and it's actually really great update for Shopify merchants, because fetching data and working with the data is something that AI is very useful and would help a lot. Another one thing that brought my attention is the A/B testing. And A/B testing is cool because they giving actually two features here. So first one is scheduling. So you can schedule the way how your page will look differently at certain date, and then they will automatically calculate the impact of this experiment through A/B testing that is built in. It does have also an impact on apps, because there were a ton of pretty expensive apps in the App Store that were suggesting the improvements for A/B testing, and the A/B testing itself was handled within those apps. So this is something that will be on platform and out of the box. One of the things that I think also interesting here is that they're introducing the synthetic shoppers, and it does remind me a major update when they were introducing Shopify Plus. They were selling it through one of the benefits, which was a Shopify Pixel. It was their own first-party data they were collecting on other similar stores, so they were actually giving an ability to use that in the marketing. So my hope is that this synthetic shopper would not be so much synthetic and would actually use some data they're gathering from a similar stores in the same vertical and using the same platform actually. Another thing that is not as prominent on the landing page, but I think it's a huge change, is that they moving forward and giving an ability to sell on WordPress. So this is pretty modest mentioned here on the additions, and it's just a link to the documentation. However, in terms of capabilities, it is pretty big thing. Let me explain. So selling on WordPress is important for merchants who wants to craft really cool looking landing pages, and despite the capabilities growing in that space on the Shopify itself in their own page builder and theme editor, there is still a ton of things that not available, and WordPress is being picked. Quick example here is you can see this website with a Trump vodka, and it is using WordPress, but when you click pre-order, it will open a sidebar card with the checkout, moving you to a completely separate domain, and you can tell it is Shopify. So ultimately they have two separate domains, and they have two separate systems, Shopify and WordPress. So this new feature would help those type of setups to keep everything on the same domain, and it will obviously improve the traffic tracking, attribution and marketing tracking, and so many things. Another thing that is very important and nice but didn't got a big mention is the 2048 variants per product. I decided to fix that, and basically using Nano Banana created this slide. So it is a big thing. It was asked for a long period of time by merchants. It is important, and quite honestly, they finally brought this and implementing this feature. And the last but not least is the topic about unit pricing. So let me be specific here. Unit pricing is a big thing because it will open a ton of new verticals that were prohibited previously from using Shopify because of big issue on setting up the unit pricing. So all the construction material or like industries that sell by volume would finally be able to set up their store using Shopify without workarounds. And it's actually a pretty big thing, and it does make sense. The last thing that is very interesting is that the Shopify stepping into the Amazon playground with their product network, allowing the merchants to add to their stores products that are sold by other Shopify merchants. In my opinion, this would allow to create a so-called curated e-commerce stores. I did review one recently, but the main idea is that Amazon got a ton of exposure in front of influencers by their referral links program, which basically give revenue per each purchase. Same thing is happening here with Shopify. So they will allow to earn commission on every sale. And I can imagine there would be a easier entrance into the space for creators that would recommend products or do product reviews and would post them on their own online store without actually handling any inventory. I guess that's it. Thank you very much. Stay tuned. Subscribe for our channel. We do examples, inspirations, and e-commerce insights. See you later.